One thing we've noticed while using this unit is the water pump is really, really loud. It's actually mounted back here in the back end of the van underneath this thing, and it's actually louder on the inside of the van than it is on the outside, which is kind of nice if you don't want to annoy your neighbors. But I thought maybe I could create some sound baffles or something to isolate the water pump a little bit, make it a little less annoying. And I think the main problem is because the water pump is located right at the rear of the van here inside this wood cabinet. It kind of resonates and rattles around inside the wood cabinet, and that kind of amplifies the noise. So I'm going to take a look at it and see if I can maybe put some sound isolation baffles in, something to get the water pump a little quieter. The water pump is located right here at the end of the van behind this access panel. This is one of the few access panels I haven't taken off yet, so let's go ahead and do that. See what we can see behind here. This panel actually comes off really easy. I think it was designed better than the other ones in terms of allowing access. You just pull the screws and it comes open pretty easily. So back here, it's the first time I've taken this panel off. Looks like we've got the Timberline heating unit right there. Got the water storage tank just forward of that. And up under here, let me get in so we can see this. This little gizmo right here is the water pump. That's the one that's being so noisy. So let's take a look around and see what we can see. Getting a little light in there, you can see that the water pump is mounted to this board right here. And I think this board is basically acting as a nice resonator for all of the vibration. It also looks like it's coming in contact with the water tank underneath it, which also makes a great resonator. So let me just flip the water pump on real quick and we'll see what noise it's making. I am fairly sure that the resonating against that board and the water tank itself is what's causing the problem. So what I did is I got some fire-resistant, high-temperature, closed-cell foam acoustic insulation off of Amazon. This stuff comes with a sticky back too. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this against the wood panel back here and then screw the pump onto that. That should sound isolate it from this board pretty well. And then stick the remainder on top of the tank and around the rest of the pump there. Hopefully it'll give it a good sound isolation. We'll see. That is what I was able to come up with. There is the set of baffles I was able to glue into place around it. We'll see if that isolates the sound any better. After getting the water pump itself isolated, I found that there's still a really bad rattle going on right as the pump first starts up. I think I've traced it to this feed hose right here. Basically the feed hose goes right in between the Timberline unit and the water tank, and it just rattles back and forth. And it hits both, and that causes a really nasty rattle. So what I'm going to try and do is get some more of that sound insulation and put it on both sides to try and isolate it. So what I did is I ended up actually putting a bunch of sound insulation between these two, wedging the pipe in tightly, and then also wrapping the pipe with the sound insulation, because it's this blue pipe right here that mostly carries the vibration sound. Isolating the tank doesn't help, it's pretty much this pipe. So if you were to take some pipe insulation and completely wrap it from end to end, I think you'd get rid of most of the sound. We've got it all buttoned back up again, so let's hit the water pump and see how successful we were. Here goes the water pump. Let's give the water pump a try again and see how successful we were. Definitely much quieter.